What is up, everyone? My name is Jesse. This is the Auditorium. Welcome. I react to video game music as a musician myself from games I've never played or heard about. This is Crypt of the NecroDancer. Mausoleum Mash 1-3. This is requested by Vanadel and Scariness. I discovered Crypt of the NecroDancer not too long ago. This is my third video now. And man, this soundtrack so far has been sensational. So the community came out in full force, told me all about it. They say the game is really cool, it's very hard, etc., etc. This is composed by Danny B. Mausoleum Mash. Let's do it. I'm just gonna tell you now. There's a 99.9% chance that I probably love this already. Let's go. This is so cool. It just feels very alive. Dropping. It keeps changing it up on me. I don't know where it's going next. So apparently, the songs don't loop in this game. Like, that's actually like the length of it. I gotta see footage of this game or something because I'm very intrigued just by the sound of it. I can tell for sure that. I mean, this soundtrack hits blind, but I can pretty much guarantee that when you first play this game and these songs come on, you're just kind of stuck in awe of like what you're hearing and why is this so cool, like why are these such bangers type of thing. There's a lot to discuss here on the musical side. One thing that I couldn't help but notice, I think I mentioned this before, but this composer sounds like they were like a producer in their past life, or maybe, you know, they should be playing like on stage or something, but you know, they just happen to get a gig doing video game music, which is totally fine. But like the level of production and all that, like you know, that's up there. One thing about this type of writing style And I don't know if there's like a name for it, but I've fallen victim to doing this. It's kind of writing in this kind of linear fashion, where instead of, you know, your intro, chorus, etc., it's more like just like this tunnel of sound where it's like one thing, then the next thing, then the next thing, then the next thing, and then it just keeps changing and you don't really know where to go. To me, those kind of songs sound like paintings, where I don't know what they're called, but if you see those, like, maybe it's from a movie or something. I'm not really sure where I've seen this imagery, but it's like, say there's like a blank canvas and someone's just throwing like paint on it over and over until something forms. That's kind of how I feel about these types of songs. Like these, I feel like this composer has a million ideas in their head, just so many melodies written down in a notebook somewhere or recorded like on their phone. Like this is someone who's very active, always recording, doing something, stuff like that. So when it comes to the, I'm just guessing, but to me it sounds like say they'll start with some beginning melody of it, and then they'll just go through like their library of stuff that they've made, and then like, oh well, this will go good with it after that, and then this will, you know, just kind of piece it together like that. I could be totally wrong, but that's just how it seems to me, because I've written in that style before, and it's good. It has this kind of free form nature. The reason I'm bringing it up is because it has a very freestyle to it. It's very raw sounding, you know, kind of sounds like no rules. And you know, if the game is as hard as people make it seem, then I don't know, I guess it kind of goes with the whole like chaotic nature of it. But anyways, production value, insane. Also, I was trying to think who this person's influences are. I kept hearing like the Prodigy a lot in there. I'm very curious, maybe even like Daft Punk, but maybe not so much. I feel like with these kind of artists, like their palette is so gigantic that I think like even a sound of like a napkin would inspire them. I don't know. I just looked at the first thing that I saw, but you know what I'm saying? Like they can make anything. They can make something out of anything. Overall, I feel this is extremely impressive stuff. It's very danceable music. I feel every song is hype. I'm not sure if this soundtrack ever comes down. You know, I don't know if there's any dynamic of like, you know what I mean? Like maybe not sad, but maybe slower stuff, more emotional stuff. It seems to be that it's mostly just kind of one speed and go. But I've only heard 3 songs, and they're all fantastic. But it just seems like it's just going in this, again, kind of linear fashion, which could just be the way the game plays. So nothing I said is on the derogatory part. It's just my reaction, I guess. But it's quite impressive. Mausoleum Mash. Apparently this is still the first level. That's pretty crazy. I really want to know more about this game, but I think I'm gonna hold off until I hear all the songs from it, or until I get all the requests out of it, and then I'll start looking at footage or something, because I haven't seen anything yet. I've just seen this image. But shout out Danny B, and thank you again, Scariness and Vanadel. Very much enjoyed that. Kind of reminds me again also of the game called Fury that has like multiple like EDM composers. If you're into that, you might be into the game Fury. Whew, that was a mouthful. Honestly, I should mention that this kind of like, when I hear stuff like this, it actually kind of inspires me to go back to writing again, because I haven't really played in such a long time, or made something new in a long time. This stuff like this then kind of like rekindle the fire a little bit, so just thought I would throw that in there. Anyways, thank you to you for watching. Thanks to all my Patreon members that you see here. These are all people that have made requests. Thanks to my Platinum members that are on this side, and those are the priority requests and kind of the VIPs of the channel. Those are Kevin, Patrick, Terry, Vanadel, Callanan, Gardelane, Mushimari, Justin, Knox, and TriEdge 101. Until next time, dudes and dudettes, there's still more Crypt of the NecroDancer coming. I will see you all later. Have a good evening.